All right. Good morning, YouTube. So, well, actually, it's good afternoon. And I just had a long trip. Went home to Virginia. Saturday, left Friday night. Got up this Saturday for our traditional family cookout. Big things we do. We keep doing this thing, man. It's my generation is starting to take over a little more. While the elders are able to sit back, relax, and they still like to cook and everything, man. I got a bunch of master chefs, uncle and aunties, what I'm saying, that family is known for cooking and whatnot. But we took over. Um, we started to add to it more for the kids, entertainment, stuff like that, because it was at a point where one time where I like the leader or the president. Everybody's the leader in their own right, but I'm like the president of my generation. So, it's like more like, let's push the envelope. Let's add to this. Not just push the envelope by adding to just, our family functions, but to build wealth, generation family wealth. You know what I'm saying? So, because that's what it's going to take going forward in this society that we're in, until this society is no more, but as long as this society is in charge and kind of run, things go the way the society is ran, which is the bottom line, which is money. What I'm saying, we got to participate in staying ahead, and not falling behind, and thriving, just and not just surviving. You know what I'm saying? So, we had our little, we started a little family business of bounce houses and all of that. So we had the bounce houses out there, the icy machine, and slip and slide, and cornhole. We had the volleyball nets and putt golf, and man, it was just like so much for the kids to do, man. It's ridiculous, and they absolutely enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. But anyway, we made it back this morning, just in time for the girls to go to school. Basically, they might have got like a hour. They got some extra rest because they slept all the way down for the most part, But they was able to get a nap in at least before they got on the bus. So that's all good that we made it back safely in the A now. So yeah, I had a chance to sit back and watch the game Saturday. And I'm pretty sure I wanted to do this video last night before before the media really got into the preseason game and all of that. So, man, but I ended up driving, so I wasn't able to do it. But anyway, it's all good. So I'm just gonna put my thoughts on the second preseason game. The first team looked good, but you can't really. They look good because they were supposed to. Because Rams did not play all their starters. First team, you know what I'm saying. But it was impressive to see Tony Pollard, you know, slice and dice. He did trip up on two plays, which everybody's talking about. It's already out there. We all know that he whiffed on the block, and on that screen pass, I think that they got a holding charge on that. He was supposed to jet out of that screen, and because Dak held the ball too long, and it was the offensive lineman upfield. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that comes with being the rookie. But pass protection, it can be taught. That really can be taught what to look for. Now blocking is another thing. He just needs to get in the way. That's all. Just to slow up the progress of any rusher that's running free, or to help assist a lineman. You know what I'm saying? That might be struggling. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really concerned with all of that. But that is where Zeke does is like, that's why he's our guy, and I guess he's coming. they're gonna have everything done sooner than later, because the reports are that he's back in Dallas right now. It still doesn't mean he's gonna play. He still might hold out, and he still might hold out going into the season. But think about this: going into the season, if Zeke is still holding out week 1, week 2, however, it could be Le'Veon Bell situation. You have to, we have to, as us being fans, really, we're not just fans, but we're being advocates by YouTubing and making videos for on the team that we like. You know what I'm saying? So we're even though we're not hired or getting paid by the Dallas Cowboys organization, but as fans, we are still being an advocate for the team and putting our perspective on things. And I noticed that seeing a lot of the guys that do YouTube blogging for the Cowboys, we all pretty much we all seeing the same thing, and say the same things. And myself personally, I'm not connected with the rest of the community that does the YouTubing. You know what I'm saying? And I know there's plenty of them out there. I just know only a handful, but what I say by knowing is that I've seen their videos and their talking points and whatnot. So just keep in mind that the starting Dak's with Dak out there, the first team along with Tony Pollard, they were supposed to drive down and score. Pollard it was set up for Pollard to look good, and the thing is this: even though they very well could have looked horrible, because you look at Alfred Morris, man, he was dancing before, right in the hole. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't moving. He wasn't just hitting the hole to at least get some positive yards, even if it was just 1 yard or half a yard. Move it. The ball moved forward. Of course we like to get 3 yards, 4 yards, but Pollard pushed it. And you saw the vision. That's the main thing. You saw the running back. You saw his vision come into play. That was the main thing about what we saw Saturday. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for Mike White, and I don't feel bad for Mike White, because I thought Mike White is the more traditional. He had plenty of opportunity to showcase what he can do, and the lights got too big for him. So I think I'm gonna have to go on Twitter and light a fire under him, man, and just let him know, like, bro, just let it go, man. Let it go. Trust what you see. Don't gamble. Stop. You hesitating. You second guessing yourself. Stop. Just stop it. Just get out there and play, man. Be the quarterback that we all think you can be, and compete for a roster spot, bro. Because this is your lifeline. This is your livelihood. Your livelihood is designed to be competitive. Because if not, then you're going to be out of there, and you don't know if anybody else is going to pick you up. You know what I'm saying? There is life after football. You had your opportunity, and you squandered it. So, to at least remain a backup quarterback, maybe you could be for. I'm not saying that nobody else won't pick you up, really, because a team can always use a backup, but you need to show flashes of potential. I don't want just a backup quarterback. I want a quarterback that could potentially start and not just win a few games. That would have, the hypothetical way of saying things. What if we miss Dak, for a long period of time, for a few weeks or something like that? We need somebody to come in, and right now Cooper Rush is that dude, But like Shango was saying, I want to see Cooper Rush play get some first team snaps, and he would have to get them in week 3. I need to see Dak probably just run 1 or 2 series in the first quarter, and if they score, take them out. You know, leave everybody else in, and put Cooper in, and we see Cooper do his thing for a quarter and a half, maybe going into the third after the halftime. But then I want to see Mike White with the first team. I mean, damn, he pretty much had it this time, but he still got 2 more weeks, 2 more games to show improve, and to just kind of not let not to second guess himself. He's just not playing with confidence, man. Confidence is a thing to have. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. Confidence is a thing to have when it comes to looks. You could be not the most physically looking guy in the world. I know I'm not, but when it comes to confidence, the way I carry myself, to all the way down to my dress and how I feel about my style of dress makes me confident. You know what I'm saying? And it exudes from within and comes out of me. So that's what Mike White need to kind of take a little bit of that. Like fuck what you're hearing, all of that shit. You always room to get better, but first things first, play within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Play within yourself confidently. And trust what you're reading. Oh, man, I'm still a little fatigued for that ride, man. That was right. But anyway, what's his name? Tony Hyder looked good. He made he was on a nice little play that stood out because of how fast he went from sideline to sideline. So I think we good, even though we're kind of short-handed on linebackers right now, with Gifford being out, such. And but I think we drafted pretty well, man. And we found some gems, and those gems, they don't have to be superstars. They don't have to be a star. They could just be solid players, man. Because we need as many solid players as possible that can come in, play heads up and perform. Don't do anything that's gonna don't play within your game. You know what I'm saying? When your time comes. And it's funny this week, after watching a few clips of Undisputed, First Things First, they're not talking about Zeke and this contract. They still trying to generate this. They gonna generate this shit until it's done, man. And one thing I'm gonna say about this contract shit, because I've said enough in my previous videos. Well, one thing is that they're comparing Dak to everybody else. Whatever, they throw the stats out, but not talking about his wins. Over some of the guys that what tier he's in. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna have to pay him. It's all about the language within the contract. Even in Carson Wentz contract, it's all about the language. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how much guaranteed that you get up front. And if I was Dak, if they don't get a deal negotiated this season, so what? Franchise me, and you get all of that guaranteed money. And you know what? The year after that, franchise me again. Because as the market value goes up, I get a instant payout for the year at whatever price of the market value starts. So what if you have to wait for Patrick Mahomes to get signed, to get his contract renegotiated or whatnot, or renegotiate his contract? You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing that's kind of pissing me off about. Well, it really don't piss me off, but it's just a good thing to say to make it sound like I'm all emotional and about what's being said about my Cowboys and about Dak Prescott. The thing is with Dak, this is what I see as a player. There are some players that are more cerebral and maybe he's still in development and gaining the the mental side of things. And once his mental and his knowledge, and he's trusting what he's seeing through the eyes, the optics of the defense, and the details of the route running, and get working on his timing and his accuracy and stuff like that. Once all of this is up here, knowing the routes and when to building team chemistry with his receiver core, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. Once it's up here, the body will follow. And so therefore he's not an elite. He doesn't have an elite arm and all that. What elite arm has to do with it if he gets it done? If he's winning. What does his stats have to do with anything if he's winning? I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the team that I chose to support, or watch, and speak on YouTube. So I don't care if he's not throwing for 45. Hey, baby. Throwing for 4,500 yards and 30 touchdowns and stuff like that. And there's a balance amongst the passing game and the running game. Because you got to look at it like this. This is how it all works. You know what I'm saying? The right quarterback at the helm is key to everything on all three phases, as far as the offense, running game, and defense. Now, the quarterback the wide receivers open things up for the quarterback, running back, to keep men out the box, but the running game helps the running game. It helps the passing game and play action, and also it helps the defense to stay off the field, so those guys can stay rested when they get back on. Why? Because defense is a energy. You feed the team, the players, the 11 men that's on that field defensively feed off of high energy, instinct. You know what I'm saying? And so when they are rested and not mentally drained and physically drained at the same time, the defense plays better, and that helps avoid those long passes or long runs and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all connected, man. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to our triplets, it's all connected. Gallup looked good, as usual, but I'm gonna tell you what, my guy right now is Devin Smith. That guy, he keep playing like this. I like to see Devin Smith play with the first team. You know what I'm saying? I like to see him get some first team snaps, because he can definitely, right now, the way he's playing, he can actually get some minutes, get some time out there on the field. Oh man, I'm feeling it right now. So I'm not gonna be on this making this video for long, because I'm really feeling it. Taco made some plays finally. He's looking like he's competing for a spot. I haven't seen much from Dorrance Armstrong. I've seen him around the ball, stuff like that. But as far as him having his name mentioned, on a sack or a tackle for loss or whatnot, Taco has won that. The rookies are rookies. They are rookies, and they have a learning curve. Even going into the regular season, it's always going to be a learning curve, because it's their first year. But it was a pretty good game, guys. Good way to close it out. That we got the W. Cooper Rush did his thing again, so he's way up there. He's pretty much solidified the whole backup quarterback situation. But still, I need to see him play with the first team. You know what I'm saying? He still need to play with the first team. And I'm not trying to, make all of my videos all at once, back to back, because there's some more things I got to put out, and just not dealing with the current issues or the current talks that as sport media truly has going on right now. And it's going to change drastically once Zeke is back, once Zeke has got paid, once Zeke is on the field with Dak and Amari as well. So yeah. But I'm thinking I'm going to make a part 2 to this because I'm getting sleepy. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace. This is Anthony Fallon, Tone Setter Sports. I'm out.